I can share it myself, but yesterday when I did that, I didn't know how to make it into a full screen. So I don't know why, because usually it just work, but when I teach and everything, but I don't know why it didn't work yesterday. So I can share it myself though, but yeah, I don't know how to put it into full screen, because there is no instruction bullets, yeah, in my desktop. I don't know why. I usually use my laptop, but it's a kind of error, so I just put it in the computer service. So, and I'll get it tomorrow, but not today.
Okay, Mr. Hartuti. Probably when we see the screens, we can help you to show you how to make it full screens.
No, it didn't work. Didn't work yesterday.
Oh,
I have sent the PPT to the committee actually.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you got it? Or but I can share it if you want.
Well, we already got your PPT.
Okay.
So I think the operator, could you please be ready to share the screen? And yeah, sure, Dr. Hartuti. So please start the sessions. Start from the operator. Share the PPT screens. Time and screen is yours. Please, Dr. Hartuti.
Okay. Okay, then my talk today is about Indonesian local wisdom. Yeah, and this is specially made for this international relations summer course. Yeah, in this September 13th. So I should share it myself, or are you going to share it for me then?
Okay, I already told the operator to share your screen. I think, yeah, it's on the screen right now.
Okay, yeah, that's the picture. Yeah, I found this nice picture of a tree. Apparently, it's a kind of like it maybe at the brink of a forest or something. But it's really nice to see. Yeah, because I think that everyone likes to see greenery, yeah, around, and trees always reminds us for something which is very nice, yeah, and that's why I take the picture of trees as my first slide in this. Yeah, to all of you, maybe some of you have known me before, yeah. I teach at the public administration department, but besides that, I also teach at the international relations department for environmental crime. Yeah, environmental crime, and it's like in the next semester, not this semester. And part of that thing is that such this topic, it's in the topic of environment. Yeah, when we know about environment, it's a kind of something we have to really protect. Yeah, everyone I think knows about what the SDGs, right? Yeah, the SDGs, the Sustainable Development Goals, is a world commitment made by the leaders of all over the world. Yeah, and as a continuation of MDGs, or Millennium Development Goals. The Millennium Development Goals was enacted in the year 2000, and it's signed by more than 100 countries, yeah, all over the world, and it was implemented from the year 2000 to 2015. That's why its name is Millennium Development Goals, because it was started in the new millennium of the 21st century. Yeah, and it range of almost all topics. Yeah, almost all topics. And since by the end of 2015, there was not any significant um, progress, yeah, in that thing. That's why that's why there was extended with the Millennium Development Goals, Sustainable Development Goals. I'm trying to find also the PPT actually. Yeah, that's my PPT for the summer course of the Public Administration Department yesterday. And when we see the SDGs, the Millennium Development Goals, which is the focus of development in each country in the world, since the United Nations set the 17 goals of the Sustainable Development Goals, and many of them are related to environment. Our topic today, local wisdom, is also related to environment. But when we talk about the Sustainable Development Goals, there are 17 goals, and many of the goals are related to the environmental aspect, of the things that all countries in the world must be able to achieve, such as the goal 3 is good health and well-being. Good health and well-being means that we need a good environment, for having good health and well-being, because when our environment is not good, when it's dirty, when it's polluted and everything, so it threatens the well-being of the people. And goal number 6 is clean water and sanitation. Clean water and sanitation. So it is agreed by the leaders all over the world that they have to provide clean water and good sanitation for their people, the people in each country. And to realize this, we need also a good environment. Good environment means that we have clean water and sanitation. I will talk about these goals first, because local wisdom is related to that. Because that's the focus of development policy all over the world. And local wisdom plays an important role in this case, but we're going to talk about this later. Let me now talk about the goals of the Sustainable Development Goals first. And then goal number 7. I will mention, refresh, goal number 3 is good health and well-being, and then goal number 6 is clean water and sanitation, and then goal number 7 is affordable and clean energy. Affordable and clean energy. Because you know that everyone in the world now is experiencing global warming, right? I'm sure that all of you have known about this phenomenon, but maybe some cannot really explain or fully describe, be able to fully describe what is the global warming is, but global warming is related to affordable and clean energy, because global warming was caused by the compilation of many gases in our atmosphere. And because of that, then the sun rays, when it comes into the earth, and then before, when the atmosphere was still clear, so the sun rays, when it comes into the atmosphere and then enters the earth, our earth surface, then usually it can be re-radiated outside. But when there are many gases in our atmosphere, so when the sun rays comes into the surface of the earth, and when it's going to re-radiate into the atmosphere, not all of the gases could go through these gases. So half of it come back to the earth, makes the earth is getting warmer. When it's getting warmer, then the temperature of the world is also rising. That's why we call it as global warming, as an effect of those many gases gathered at our atmosphere. And part of the result of this, part of the cause of this global warming is because of we have dirty energy. Dirty energies comes from fossil fuels. And that's why we really want to have renewable energy, which are cleaner and then better for the environment. Yeah, and then I will proceed to the other goals. Yeah, goals number 11 is sustainable cities and communities. Yeah, sustainable cities and communities. Since the population of people in the urban area increase, so cities is also the focus of this environment. Yeah, the SDGs. Yeah, especially related to the environment. And the number 12 is responsible consumption and production. Yeah, the sustainable consumption and production. And consumption and production is also related to the local wisdom. Yeah, we're going to talk about it later. And goal number 13 is climate action. Yeah, the climate action. And climate action is needed to be implemented by all countries in the world. And that countries should have policies then to encourage the people live in this area to implement this good consumption and production. Yeah, responsible or green, yeah, green consumption and production. And this climate action on goal number 13 is also very important. Yeah, because then people has the direction how to solve, how to implement these SDGs. And then goal number 14 is life below water, and goal number 15 is life on land. Yeah, so those two related environment, yeah, life below water and life on land is very much intact. Yeah, and in Indonesia, not only Indonesia but everywhere, we have we know what there are many practices, yeah, as local wisdoms, which is also related to the SDGs. Yeah, so again we come back to the the climate action, which is needed to have to efforts to combat the environment's problem of global warming. Wait, I will. We have another time, of course. I will put it back first. Yeah. Okay. And when we come to my slides here, my slides it says that there are the second slide is that practices of local wisdom. It's all over the world, yeah, such as being practiced in Indonesia and its neighboring countries of Malaysia, for instance. Actually, I want to make a comparison between these two countries, yeah, but since my title is also only in Indonesia, but also it's being practiced by the people in Malaysia or the Malays, since our biggest island of Kalimantan is divided, yeah, into three countries, which are Indonesia, Malaysia, and the Brunei Darussalam. Yeah, so it's actually the practices of local wisdom are being practiced all over the world. So next slide, please. Yeah, slide number 3 is that. Yeah, that's the definition of local wisdom. So what are local wisdoms? Yeah, local wisdoms is the knowledge gained through a series of activities by a group of people and in particular region or place, and then passed on from generation to generation verbally. Yeah, so local wisdom is the knowledge gained through a series of activities, yeah, by a group of people in a particular region or place. So these practices of local wisdom are everywhere actually, and as you know that we have in Indonesia, we have so many tribes, yeah, scattered in our more than 17,000 islands, yeah, all over Indonesia, and we are in the Indonesian people are people with a strong ethnic membership group, yeah, and there are many customs and behavior which can be related to this definition of local wisdom, and many have been practiced from one generation to another. So this local wisdom were actually, many of them originated from our ancestors. Yeah, and since the practice has been there for a long time and passed from that generation to the generations of our mothers and father, and then to our generation, and hopefully it's also will continue to the generations to come. Yeah, so when we talk about local wisdom, or in the term of environment, we sometimes call it as a local indigenous, yeah, local wisdom, like which usually are owned or practiced by indigenous people, yeah. And you know that in Indonesia we have so many indigenous peoples, yeah. Many of them now have been transformed into those live in the urban areas, for instance. So maybe they are not strongly practice the local wisdom as strong as it was before when they still lived in the rural areas. But still, yeah, you can mention it, and then you can see it, and then you can feel it, or maybe many of you are being inside of that, yeah. So it's not only in knowledge, but also values of life. I'm going to talk about the examples of it later on, yeah, later on. So we come now to the fourth slides, yeah, please. Yeah, the fourth slides. Next, please. So local wisdom is, what is it? Local wisdom is a combination of knowledge and traditions that are specific to a location or community. Yeah, specific to a location of community. So there is a combination of knowledge and tradition that are specific for Javanese, for instance, or for East Javanese, or people of Minangkabau, yeah, in West Sumatra, or people of Batak, yeah, in Sumatra also. And it's a combination of knowledge and tradition, yeah. Like when in Sulawesi, I'm sure that you know about this their unique tradition of um, having big festivities. Yeah, they can have big parties and things for celebrating, or not really celebrating, yeah, but giving show respect, yeah, to the dead, yeah. So when someone in the atmosphere, or in the area of like in Toraja, for instance, yeah, in Sulawesi, like people of Toraja. And then when someone died, that person is not going to be buried right away, yeah, into the earth, yeah, as it has been practiced in other areas. But the dead body will be put in a special place, and the family will put it there till they have enough money to have celebrations, yeah, in which they could invite people, yeah, or their relatives, their neighbors, yeah, people from outside the village also, and even tourists, such as me, yeah. And that party, that celebration for the dead, they believe that by having good festivities, yeah, good party, then the spirit of the dead people would be happy, and then would have a good place, yeah, in the hereafter life. And what's the local wisdom beside that is that when the ceremony was done, that everyone from all areas came into the festivities, and then they will have like 7 days a party, yeah, in which everyone come, everyone can eat, everyone can dance, yeah, and that costs lots of money. costs lots of money. Yeah, but my friends, yeah, who come from that tradition, they said, oh yes, we have to spend lots of money because in that our tradition, people do not really celebrate a birth or celebrate anniversary, yeah, or birthdays, yeah, or wedding parties. But the biggest party is during the party for the dead, yeah, for the dead people. And they believe that this is the way to show respect, yeah, to our parents, to our great parents, yeah. Very important, very important. So we uh, as the grandsons, yeah, as the granddaughter, have to show respect by having a good party, yeah. And then when everyone comes from different areas, yeah, so from the family, yeah, someone from the family or some people from the family who have moved to other cities or island even, yeah. So usually when they have this event, you know, in their family, then they would come home. So that local wisdom is that no matter what, but family is very important for you. Yeah, family tide. Yeah, the tide of the family is very important. So it would be very nice if everyone come. Not only will be very nice, but it's a kind of obligation, because when you come, it means that you have spent lots of money, yeah, for your travel, and then of course for the party, because like 7 days of the party, of course it needs lots of money, yeah. Although neighbors come also to bring something to the family, like rice, and then some other food materials. Yeah, yes, they also take part in the preparation of the party. Yeah, because when they're going to have this kind of party, then other neighbors would come. Yeah, so it's like a tradition. Yeah, and it's very good when you compare to, for instance, the life of the people in the urban areas, yeah, right now. Many people are living individually. Yeah, maybe they even don't know the name of the next door. Yeah, in the apartment. Yeah, if they live in an apartment, maybe they don't know the names of the neighbor who lives in at the corner. Yeah, on the of their small street even. Yeah, because they don't meet each other a lot. Yeah, everyone is very busy with their activities. So the social activities are not very much in their top priority. Yeah, but this local wisdom, combination of knowledge, tradition, and specific to a location or community, that's it means that they live, that local wisdom is lived, is practiced, taught, and passed in the forms of everyday human behavior, both towards fellow humans and also towards nature. Yeah. So it's in the forms of everyday human behavior, like among the people of Java, like when you sit in the middle of uh, uh, the door, yeah, your front door, yeah, in our house. When someone sit down in the middle of it, then people will say, ah, that's tidak elok. Yeah, tidak elok means it's not in line with our belief. Yeah, that's not good to live. To stay. Yeah, to sit down in the middle of the door. Yeah, yeah. When people ask why we cannot do this, yeah, it's not good. Yeah, it's called like they have the word like pamali. Yeah, pamali is something that is not appropriate if you do, yeah, because there will be sanction, yeah, following your disobedience with these rules, yeah. And when they talk about why people are not allowed to sit in the middle of a door, and that's because yes, there might be guest comes, or maybe the family wants to go out of the house. Please don't stay in the middle of the door, yeah, when it's open, yeah, because then it will disturb other people. So the norms underlying this is actually the respect, yeah, the respect to others, the respect to the guests who might come to the house, and then to respect the people inside the house. Yeah, so they will be careful before before entering the door or upon returning to the house. Yeah, so this kind of uh, showing respect is very important in the Japanese value form. Yeah, in the Japanese value. And the thing is that, like in the Chinese tradition, the people of Java, they have the belief also that they have to pay high respect, yeah, to their relatives who are older, yeah, to the parents and then the grandparents, or the uh, the uh, brother, yeah, the brother or the sister of your family, yeah, means that you have to pay respect and show it by. In Java, there are three languages, yeah, of the Javanese, yeah. One is the language for the old people, and then the language that you speak with your friends, and the language then when you speak to someone who is in the lower position or younger than you. So the language has a kind of ranks, yeah, and which suitable to what activity or what event is good, yeah. And why is that? That's because, again, to show respect to the elderly, yeah, to show respect to the elderly, yeah. Our great grandparents, our parents, yeah, they have working hard, yeah, they have worked hard when we were a baby and we are a kid, yeah. And so when they are getting old, we have to look after them, yeah. They had looked after us when we were still a kid, or a baby, or a young girl or young boy, yeah. But when you then they get older, so it is our turn to look after them, yeah. We have to take care of them nicely and everything, yeah. And because, like in the Japanese culture, it is said that if you I don't remember the words explicitly, but like saying that if you want to be entitled of a good person, you have to pay high respects to your parents, yeah, and especially mother. Actually, especially mother. Why? Because mother was the one who must, yeah, love you so much, yeah, because you are part of her, yeah. So that's why a child has to pay respect to its mother, especially, yeah. So local wisdom is the first school of human being, yeah, the first school, yeah, and an abbreviation. So um school for human being, like a socialization of the local norms and practices, yeah. So like this local wisdom of paying respect to the elderly, yeah, especially with in the same family ties, yeah. Because, yeah, you have to pay respect to older people, yeah. You just can't, like, if they're getting older and maybe you're very busy with your job and everything, it's not very easy to just put them into the house for the elderly, yeah, for instance, because it means that we don't pay respect to them. And if someone do this, send their parents to this elderly house, then it's not good. Yeah, it's not good, because you have to pay high respects to our parents. Yeah, so don't put them into the house, into that house, especially for the elderly. Yeah, because it's our turn to look after them. After, in the past, when we were still baby, they looked after us. Yeah. Okay. Next slide, please. Yeah. So local wisdom means live with nature. Yeah. Knowledge of local wisdom is knowledge of how to live well with all the contents of nature. Yeah. This knowledge also includes how to treat every part and life in nature in such a way, both to maintain the life of each aspect and to maintain all life in the universe itself. Yeah. So knowledge about local wisdom is knowledge how to live well with all the contents of nature. Yeah. Like when people because they want to live well with all of the contents of nature. So people give lots of respect to what they think is the goddess of the rice field area. Yeah. Since the main staple food, yeah, the main source of food in Indonesia still comes from rice, yeah, rice field, yeah, and because we eat rice, more than half number of the population now eat rice, yeah, and when we are focusing on knowledge of how to live well with all the contents of nature, yeah, in that way that we have to protect the other creatures, yeah, because human being is not the only stakeholder, yeah, which has the all of these indigenous knowledge to be practiced, yeah, and so that's why when there was local wisdom appears in one area, it means that they have the knowledge how to live well with the contents of nature, yeah, like maybe you have known before the word of like a local party called not party but a local area, yeah, an area in the sea, sorry, in the river, yeah, with the river has a long like the river is can be small, can be bigger, yeah, but when we go into the river, we have to pay respect to the river because like I have supervised this is topic for my students, and that's in that river of in Jambi, yeah, they have the lubuk larangan, yeah, local wisdom. So the lubuk larangan is in some certain period of time in a year, people are not allowed to go into this part of the protected, yeah, area, yeah, and they believe that if someone disobey this, then that people will get into a very good trouble. Sorry, very bad trouble. Uh, very bad events in their life because they don't show good good respect to the nature, yeah. And this knowledge also includes how to treat every part in life in nature in such a way both to maintain the life of each species and to maintain all life in the universe itself. Yeah, like when you see a banyan tree, yeah, in at Udip, yeah, when you go into Udip area, you go to Udip area from the western part side, from the western side, like when you go into Diponegoro, Universitas Diponegoro area, there were you could see a statue of Diponegoro Prince, yeah, on his horse, yeah, at the entrance of the of Diponegoro, Universitas Diponegoro, on the main entrance, yeah, away yeah, to close to the highway, yeah, to the big street. I mean, to the big street, yeah, and people who live there, they sorry, people who pay respect to the banyan tree. Yes, I mentioned before the banyan tree. We could see the picture before afterwards. Yeah, see. This next slide, please. Yeah. So in Indonesia, every ethnic has its own local wisdom, such as ethnic of Lampung, known to be open to accept other ethnics as brother, and so does ethnic of Batak. Yeah. So as we have mentioned before, like Indonesia, we have so many tribes and local customs and rules or regulations. Yeah. And as we have an example is that the ethnic of Lampung, yeah, people from Lampung, yeah, they have known to be open to accept other ethnics as brothers. So they don't have any idea that other ethnics might make them might give them bad luck or things like that. Yeah, they don't believe in such thing. And then Java were the biggest, the smallest island of the 5 big islands, but the most populated. Yeah, Java is famous with the etiquette and gentle behavior. Yeah, actually, yeah, that etiquette and gentle behavior, um, it's radiant through various customs. Yeah, when they had various customs. Yeah. And people in Java, they pay respect to the elderly, even by having a different language for them. Yeah, when they talk to the persons who are older or uh, who has family ties, or even with those who don't have any family ties, but when you see the elderly, the society expects that you would treat them well. Yeah. And in Lampung, in Sumatra, yeah, at the brink of when you go across from Merak, yeah, to Lampung area, you would come into Bagani area, and these people of Lampung are known that they are nice people, yeah, kind people, and because they have such etiquette and gentle behavior. Yeah. So I myself actually came from Jogja, and maybe you could see or you hear it, my local accent, yeah, and my language, yeah, because I lived in Jogja for 20 years, yeah, for 20 years, because before, oh, more than that, 25, I think, because I had work at the time. So uh, like after 25 years later, yeah, later on, then people would gather, yeah, to see them. And this gentle behavior is known to be applied or be practiced by the people of Java. Like as I've mentioned to you that I'm a Javanese, and people could see where I come from, usually from my accent, yeah, and then from what they believe as my attitude, yeah, towards others, yeah. The Javanese do not tend to speak loudly, yeah, they tend to be gentle, yeah, when they speak to others, yeah. That's because that's the local wisdom or attitude, yeah, that has been passed from generation to generations, yeah. But there are other local wisdoms also in other ethnics, like among the Minang people of West Sumatra, among the people of Aceh at the top of Sumatra Island, or the Sundanese people in West Java, and also others, yeah. In Minang, for instance, you would see that the local wisdoms that they have is that the most important member of the family is the mother, not the father, as in other places. Yeah. So when in the past they practice this very, you could see it very significant. Yeah. If the sons, yeah, the sons of the family, when they reach a certain age of young age, like youth, yeah, um, uh, achieve the youth age, then they usually do not sleep at the house. Yeah, they like to sleep in the local mosque. Yeah, together with the other youth. Yeah, and because the main the power in the house lies in the hands of the woman. Yeah, so that's why you could see that many people from Minang, they like to go, yeah, to go out of their area. Yeah, so you know about Padang food everywhere in Indonesia, not only Indonesia but also in other areas, other countries even, because there are also people who like this taste of Minang food. And that's belief from the fact that because the man wants to show also their because they don't have power in the house, so they like to go around, to go outside, and then that's they will be respected more when they could bring things back to the family. Yeah, and that kind of things. And uh, this kind of things have been practiced, yeah, still up to now, but although it's not very strong. Yeah, but like a local wisdom that they have, that the land, yeah, the land and many land area in West Sumatra, yeah, especially among the Minangkabau people, the Minangkabau local indigenous people, they there are practice of having family land. Yeah, so this family land, yeah, is they will keep it very tightly. Yeah, because they think that this is the inheritance that taken from their ancestors, so they have to keep it. Yeah, so to keep it in a way. So that's why in the realm of public administration, I heard cases that sometimes it's not very easy for people outside, like to have permit, yeah, to build like roads or public buildings even, yeah, in the area which are locally under the power of the clan, yeah, a clan, yeah, a clan in that tribes, yeah. A good a benefit of this is that they will be protect the environment more. Yeah, when they want to use it, they have to follow several steps. Yeah, and then also it has to be discussed, yeah, among Nini Mama. Nini Mama is the older people, the women in older people in the family, because that they have their what they suggest, what they think about their suggestion, their recommendation are highly respected by the community. And next, slide number 7. The benefit of local wisdom to environment. Yeah, you could see this on the right side. This is the banyan tree that I've mentioned before. Like we have it at Undip area, across the gas station. Yeah, close to the former a prominent bank. Yeah, there. Yeah. And the tree is such a big guy. Yeah, such a big guy. I really like it. When I pass it, I always look at it and then admire its a giant structure. Yeah, and that's on the top is the tree with all of its leaves, and then at the lower part is the trees, the banyan trees without its trees. Yeah. So you could see like how strong the banyan tree is, and people in Java believes that still in the past that don't you have to look after your banyan trees very well, yeah, because there are like ghosts or spirits, yeah, spirits, yeah. There are spirits live in that, so you have to be very careful, yeah. Don't when you see the banyan trees, don't cut, Yeah, you have to just let it grow as it is. Yeah, because there are spirit. Yeah, spirits from our ancestors, spirits from whatever. Yeah, in that tree. Yeah, so that's why when you go to Jogja and then you go to the north or south squares, yeah, owned by the kingdom of Jogja, yeah, the Mataram kingdom, you would see that in the big squares in front of the palace, yeah, there are banyan trees. Not many, not many, like in north, at the south square, yeah, south square. There are two, yeah, two big trees, yeah, and they've been there for um, people believe that's like um, must be over 100 years. Yes, it is. Yeah, because my parents, my grandparents have seen the trees, yeah, a long, long time ago. Yeah, and because people believe that that banyan tree has a spirit, yeah, inside. So some spirit. So we have to be very careful. But actually, the underlying benefit of that local wisdom is for the environment. Yeah, this tree is such a giant tree, and it's very easy to grow. Yeah, it doesn't need fertilizer. It doesn't need uh, special treatment. Yeah, no. The tree is the tree can grow by itself. Yeah, it has very strong and then very very strong root which goes deep into the earth. Yeah, and then other roots also spread around the tree, and that's in the botanical wisdom, yeah, botanical knowledge, the botanical knowledge, they have kind of, I don't really remember the name, but it's such a power that will attract water from other areas. So, and because the root go deep, yeah, into the earth, so it can take water from wherever source it is, yeah, and it goes also along, yeah, around the tree. So uh, the tree will attract water from other areas. And then beside that, when there are banyan trees, then the area will be saved from erosion, for instance. Yeah. When people go into forest area, into the area and the agricultural area. Yeah. So when there is banyan tree, yeah, this tree will keep tight, yeah, the land around it. So this area will be safe from landslide, for instance. Yeah. Because they were like keeper, yeah, keeper of the house. Sorry, of the area, yeah, keeper of the area. Mbah Tri, tolong juga kayak minum Mbah Tri, yeah, yeah. So when they try to uh, show admiration, yeah, to the tree, actually the local wisdom behind it is that people believe that this and people get the benefit of that. This banyan tree has many benefit to the environment. Maybe in terms of price. Yeah. In terms of price, the banyan tree doesn't have a high price, yeah, compared to the thick wood, yeah, or kayu jati. Yeah, the price is not good. But when you talk about the value of this tree, it's very precious, yeah, because this tree has environmental services, yeah, and this environmental services, it's very difficult to count, yeah, like when you lie down under, when you sit down under this banyan tree, you will feel that, oh, that's very nice, yeah. The breeze is nice, and the temperature is lower compared to not when you sit down outside the tree, yeah, because the tree it produces oxygen. Yeah, it produces oxygen, and then it also uh, lowering down the temperature under the tree, and then that's the yeah. So our ancestors have inherited various local wisdom and used it as an attitude and behavior guidance. Yeah, behavior guidance to interact with nature and the environment. Yeah, so our ancestors believe that you have to look after the banyan trees, yeah, because it has spirit in it. But actually, the underlying message behind it is that you have to protect the banyan tree because you have to protect the you have to protect the banyan tree because the banyan tree benefit for the environment. Yeah. So when you see in the area, like in the in open area, for instance, yeah, uh, the area in the high steep area, yeah, area with slopes, yeah. When there are banyan tree, yeah, and other big trees like this, so a landslide usually do not occur, yeah. So empirically, this local wisdom, like such as how to protect the banyan tree, have succeeded in preventing the destruction of environmental function. Yeah, and it's not only related to the banyan tree or other trees, but also relates to air and forest, and also when we see mountain. Yeah, like water also. Yeah, water also. Air, the air and then water and then forest and then trees and mountains and everything. When we when you go to an area the southern part of Yogyakarta called Kota Gede, there is pond. Yeah, there is a pond with a fish in it. Yeah, with fish in it. Yeah. And people believe that they cannot take the fish away from the ponds, otherwise they will get bad luck. Yeah. So although the fish over there are many, and they come to a size that is not delicious anymore when we eat them. Yeah, but the local people just let them like that. Yeah, because they believe that, oh, if we take the fish away from this pond, then we will be unfortunate. Yeah, we will have bad luck. Yeah. So this message has been passed from one generation to another. And what's the benefit from these practices is that the environment inside the pond is still natural, very much natural, because people do not brave enough, yeah, to litter this water, or even or more than that is to take fish from their water, yeah, because they believe this kind of local wisdom. So many of the local wisdom very beneficial for the environment, and not only for the environment. Actually, that's just the example of it, but there are many customs, many traditions, yeah, that has the good effect, yeah, to the people who practice this local wisdom. Like in Georgia, we have Sekaten traditions, yeah. It's a kind of festivities that is held in front of the Sultan's palace every year, and it is been passed from one generation to another. I remember when I was still a kid, yeah, I was taken by my parents to go there, yeah. And only this year that is not going to be, but during the pandemic, there is no festival of Sekaten like that, yeah, because they close it, yeah, that they close it due to the pandemic. But I heard that this year is going to be another festival of it, yeah, and the festival is very good because it reminds of how important to be in to be in touch, yeah, with all of the communities. And in the past, it was held because then the communities could gather, and then because it's in front of the Sultan's palace, then they have a meeting, yeah, they have events, yeah, with people from all sides, yeah, and then at the same time they also pay respect to the Sultan, yeah. So and the idea of having this garden comes from the Sultan, yeah. So it's good that the people of the Sultanate then pay respect to them, yeah, and at the same time they could meet with people from all villages, yeah, from all over in the kingdom, and then they could get festivities where you could sell and buy many kinds of foods, yeah, yeah, and also enjoy many activities, yeah. Next. But unfortunately, this local wisdom are fading. Yeah, the local wisdom are fading. Many natural resources, unfortunately, are not well maintained anymore, in line with the less attachment of human being to nature. Yeah, the local wisdom are fading. Yeah, such as the trees. Yeah, many people now do not think that banyan tree is very important. Yeah, very important tree that they have to look after. Yeah, so it's rare that we see banyan tree now around us. Yeah, and then we lost one of the tree that could protect us from abrasion, yeah, actually. And then also we lost the tree which could produce lots of oxygen, yeah, and then give it to the human being. As you see that there are mutual, yeah, benefit which are practiced between the human being and the plants. Yeah, we as human beings, yeah, we breathe oxygen and then we release carbon dioxide. But plants, they have the opposite mechanism in which they breathe the carbon dioxide and then they release oxygen. So there is a very good arrangement, yeah, in this universe, yeah, that there is a very good cooperation tied, yeah, between human being and plants. So people are encouraged to plants, yeah, trees. It's also, even there is also a saying that even the doomsday is going to come tomorrow. Today, if you want to plant a tree, just do it. Yeah, just do it. Yeah, it comes from a religion perspective actually, but then people then take it down also as local wisdom that they have, that they practice, that they live with it every day. Yeah, and but unfortunately, many of these uh, uh, local wisdom are fading. Yeah, one of the examples, yeah, is the deterioration of forest and then springs, yeah, the water, yeah, which comes out from the earth, the spring stop flowing, yeah, because then in the past people believed, for instance, that you have to be very careful with that forest, yeah, don't try to deteriorate the forest because there are many spirits live there, yeah. But since the invention of Jinsho, yeah, then you could cut trees very easily, yeah, only very short time. So that's why people use this Jinsho, yeah, to cut the trees, even the big trees, yeah. So when the big trees are not there, so it means that we don't have a big, we don't have that attraction power, yeah, of from the root of the tree to attract, yeah, water from other areas. Yeah. So in that way, then there is a possibility of dryness appears. Yeah. The stories in the contrary would, which has been done by Mbah Sadiman. Yeah. Mbah Sadiman is a local hero. Yeah, Mbah Sadiman is a local hero, and then he lives in Wonogiri area. And Mbah Sadiman got Kalpataru appreciation because of his hard effort for more than 20 years, planting the 2 hills near his house with banyan trees. Yeah, because he believes that our banyan trees is very beneficial for the environment. Yeah, it has many environmental services. But of course he doesn't say that environmental services, but he said that this tree has many benefits. Yeah, so we have to plant the banyan tree. So Sadiman started from 1979, I think, yeah. He started to plant the 2 hills near his house with banyan trees. And after a while, after he plants more than so far actually he had planted 11,000, yeah, 11,000 banyan trees and other trees actually, but mostly are banyan trees. Yeah. And you know what? After this thousands of banyan trees, yeah, as I have mentioned, like the figure is now like 11,000. Yeah. But after Mbah Sadiman succeeded in planting thousands of trees, yeah, in those 2 hills around along near his house, then you know what? The springs come up. Yeah, so there are many new springs. Yeah, come from the earth, and then it's on not only to become a small pond, but even it becomes a small river. Yeah, a bit. Sorry. People then could use the water for their houses, yeah, for their daily need, and also for irrigating their rice field. Yeah. After the 2 hills has many new springs, yeah, springs comes out from the earth, and then small rivers become quite not only very small, but it's okay, yeah, river with the right size, and people could the water from the hills, which used to be an arid hills, could irrigate 25 hectares of land, and could could meet the needs of water from the local people who usually stayed in dryness. Yeah, because Wonogiri area is where Mbah Sadiman lives, is a dry area. And after this tens of years, yeah, finally they have lots of water, and then they enjoy uh, the existence of these thousands banyan trees. Yeah, this practice is very good. Yeah, as Mbah Sadiman replanting the area, yeah, which used to be an open area because there had been forest fire before. Yeah, but then after that, when Mbah Sadiman succeeded in planting those tens thousands of banyan trees, then the benefit comes up. Yeah, and it's very good. Yeah, but many people do the contrary, yeah, of this. Yeah, when there are areas with many trees, then they just cut it. Yeah, so when the trees are cut, then it also disturbs the water. Yeah, with the water potency in that area, and there is greater possibility that this area is going to have like in Wonogiri, an area which has dryness and difficult water, fresh water, yeah, to for their daily activities. Yeah. So I talked about water, and look at uh, this slide, that water is very important for living things, all living things, human being, plants, and animals. And lack of water would cause disturbance to the growth of human, to the growth of plants, and to the growth of animal. Or even, yeah, if they don't have water, even they are threatened to death and also extinction. Yeah. Could you imagine life without water? Yeah. And when you see, when you read many articles and you read in the newspaper, maybe you see it in the internet and everything. Yeah, there are many practices done by the local people to protect their water, in terms of water in the sea and the coastal areas, or water in the lake, or water in the river, or water in the ponds. Yeah, or in water in the spring area. Yeah, they have this kind of belief that when you have spring, yeah, you see spring, so please you plant many trees around it, then it will protect our water. Yeah, the stability existence of the water over there. Yeah, this like belief that people have. Yeah. Next, please. So when this belief, when in local wisdom are fading, so what should we do? Yeah, what should we do? Actually, we have to preserve this local wisdom, because by preserving this local wisdom, we also preserve the environment. And the environment here is not only environment in terms of social, in terms of structures, yeah, in terms of water, land, and sun rays, actual, for instance, but also it's related to the social aspects. Yeah, because when we talk about sustainable development, it's not only related to economic benefit, but the economic benefit must be in line with the environment benefit and the social and the ecological benefit. So ecological benefit, and then social benefit, and then economic. Yeah, economic, environment, and social, yeah, benefit. These three aspects must be taken attention. Yeah, must be the focus of the policymakers and everyone, because when we tend to only take care of the economic aspect, so it will not sustain in the future. It will not sustain. Yeah, so that's why the United Nations initiate the SDGs, yeah, Sustainable Development Goals. So we come to the former slides of our presentation. Yeah, that SDGs was initiated by the United Nations for all countries in the world to implement. Yeah, and that we have this many local wisdoms, as I have discussed before. It would be better if we preserve this local wisdom. Yeah, although there is a great threat that this local wisdom is going to deteriorate. Yeah, people do not pay that much respect to the traditions that have been there for such a long time, because the young generation may think that they have to work hard, and then they have their own friends, they have their own new life, they have their life, and it doesn't necessarily that they have to take part in the social entities. So I do hope that this kind of thing do not happen among us. Yeah. I have been living in my housing area here in the Paturungan area of Semarang City. And my neighbors, many of my neighbors are on my age. Yeah, people of like 70, 75, 60, 60, that range. Yeah, but now we also have young generations to live in these houses, because when someone get married, yeah, some of the kids are still living with their parents. Yeah, so they have we have second generations, yeah, in our in those houses. And I recognize that those young couples are not as befriended, yeah, as us, their parents. Yeah, they tend to be like they have their own activity. Yeah, if there is a women's meeting of PKK, Arisan PKK, many of these youngsters, yeah, this new young ibu, yeah, yeah, they don't like to come very much, yeah, because they think that they have their own business, they have their own activities, so become doing things with other people is not very important anymore. Yeah, and I think this is not good. Yeah, because when we talk about, again, when we talk about environment, it's not only about ecological or economical aspect, but also social aspect. So relations with the neighbors, relations with the elderly in our area are still very important. So this is why the United Nations initiate the SDGs, which many of its goals have been mentioned in the first on the first slides of this presentation. So hopefully this local wisdom is going to be preserved, and hopefully my presentation is beneficial for you. So I think that my time is up, so I will return the microphone yeah, to the moderator. Thank you very much, Pak Anjani.
Yeah, thank you, Dr. Hartuti, for such a comprehensive explanations about the local wisdom, also about some of the custom and traditions. Before going back to your point, I would like to share also that actually I was born in Lombok, West Nusa Tenggara Barat.
Okay.
Yeah, and well, when I was there, people tend to talk in higher voice. Then when I moved to Java, I moved to Yogyakarta. Then gradually I talk more gentle, so I can relate with your presentations about how the cultures, how people, how the culture in the location that we place by shape us, the way we talk, the way we just like interact with people.
Yeah. Because
Yeah,
that's the local culture, yeah.
yeah.
The local culture, the wisdom that in Java,
Mhm.
people tend to have smooth relationships with others.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they tend like they are happier if they can good relationship with their neighbors, their families. So in that way, that they tend to speak gently,
Yep.
not in higher tone. Yeah,
Yep.
because when someone talk in higher tone, that we think that, oh, what's wrong? Yeah, is he or she angry with us?
Yeah.
What do we do? Yeah, things like that. Yeah.
Yeah. And also about when you talk about don't sit down in front of the door, I remember that my parents always talk to me that if I sit in front of the door, it will keep away my future husband. So that's also the part of the local cultures. They
Yeah.
become such a taboo, or
Yeah,
the things
tabu.
that the taboo, and the things that we still believe, that I still believe actually, because that's what my parents talk to me. Okay, Dr. Hartuti, I think in the chat room, Cynthia from Malaysia share her opinion and respond to your presentation. Cynthia, would you like to talk and open mic and yeah, greet us here and talk directly to Dr. Hartuti?
Hello, Cynthia.
Hello, Dr. Hartuti.
Hello.
Hello, Miss Anjani. Thank you for the chance. Yeah, I think I can relate a lot of things with what Dr. Hartuti just shared just now, especially when it comes to the traditional beliefs. For example, the poko banya. We in our place we also believe that the tree has its spirit, but we don't call it poko banya here. We call it poko ara.
What is it?
And
Sorry,
poko ara.
toko ara.
Yes, and the elderly would say that we shouldn't simply just be around the poko because the spirit would get offended by it.
Mm.
But if we don't have, if we couldn't like, I mean, if we really need to pee, we need to ask for permission from the spirit itself.
Yes, yes.
Like you need to say, please forgive me. I really need to pee here, and please allow me to do so.
Yeah.
So in that way, you are expressing your respect towards the spirit.
Mhm.
So that's pretty much of it.
Mm.
I relate a lot of, I can relate a lot of things with Dr. Hartuti sharings just now.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for your comment. And Cynthia has write down in the chat that she comes from indigenous community, namely Kadazan Dusun, yeah, Kadazan Dusun in Sabah, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, we are neighbors, yeah, in Sabah, because the Kalimantan, as I have mentioned before, Kalimantan is divided into three countries, yeah, area actually, three country areas: Indonesia, Malaysia, and Brunei Darussalam. Yeah. Yes, you're right, because our main staple food is rice, so we pay respect to our rice field. Yeah, there are local wisdoms practices which shows our respect to the rice field, to the what is it, uh to the rice field, to the paddy. Yeah, and there is a festival, we call it Dewi Sri festival. Yeah, because we believe that the paddy is the paddy's spirit is Dewi Sri. Yeah, Dewi means goddess, and then Sri, yeah, Sri is the name. And there are a celebration to express the gratitude to, yeah, Cynthia wrote that they will express the gratitude for the blessings, yeah, bestowed upon the paddy. Yeah, and what you read is true, that however, since the majority of the population has converted into Christianity and Muslims, some of these traditional practices has been fading, yeah, and has been not implemented, because these practices are considered as an animism. Yeah, and that people do not believe in animism anymore. Yeah, that's true. That kind of awareness also here in Indonesia. But when to me myself, when I see these festivities, I don't see it as an activity of adoring, yeah, the goddess, yeah, but as a part of culture, just culture, that people can be together, enjoy the togetherness with the others, and then eat food together and things like that. As long as we don't believe that there was a dark spirit, yeah, in the rest, but it's just a kind of activities which shows the happiness of the farmers when when the paddy are ready for harvesting. Yeah, so the celebration is for paddy harvesting. Yeah, so it's not a kind of showing the adore. Yeah, we don't. It doesn't mean that we adore the goddess of the paddy, but just mean of cultural things that we do as to preserve the social bond, yeah, among the people. Yeah, that's my well, that's what I think, Cynthia. Thank you very much. Yeah, must be lovely, yeah, to stay in Sabah. Yeah, I've never been to this area before, but hopefully I will be there one day.
Sure, Dr. Hartuti, you really need to visit Sabah. In fact, I'm living in front of the huge mountain. If you know Mountain Kinabalu,
Yes,
so I'm just living in the area of Mountain Kinabalu. And have you ever heard about the earthquake incident back in 2015?
2015. Yeah.
So apparently there was earthquake in
Mhm.
2015.
Mhm.
It happened because the local believe the tourists actually did something that is offending the spirit of the mountain. So basically, the visitors, the foreigners, they climbed the mountain, and once they reached the top of the mountain, they actually um, took out the took off their clothes and peed on the mountain.
Oh.
When in fact the guides have reminded them to respect the mountain, to not do anything that is weird there, but they did the opposite. So what
Oh.
happened on the next day? Earthquake happened, and we as the locals, we believe that the spirit of the mountain was offended by the actions.
Uh,
And what happened after that? The locals, not us, but those who are still practicing, um, not black magic. I don't know what is it. It's like witchcraft.
mm,
They actually did offerings. They sacrificed a number of cows
mm.
for the mountains as offerings. So after that, the earthquake stopped,
Oh.
but gradually. Earthquake still happens since the huge earthquake, but only with a smaller scale
Mm,
rupture.
mm,
Yeah.
That is interesting. Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah. The religions, like I don't know. I don't know really about Christianity, since I'm Muslims. But yeah, as Muslims, we are not supposed to believe that there is other spirits than God. Yeah, we have to believe only in God. So other spirits are just um, uh, it's are not should not be given that kind of high respect. Yeah, yeah, but yeah, we believe that there are other what is it called, like other living things. Yeah, besides humans, such as ghosts. Yeah, those kind of things. Yeah, we believe in that because they were also stated in the Holy Quran. Yeah, their existence, they exist. Yeah, they do exist, but we don't believe that they are more powerful than our gods. Yeah, so giving offerings to this spirit is not considered as a good attitude, yeah, or behavior. Yeah. But as long as it's just for festivities, that's okay. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Cynthia, for your sharing experiences, and also I'm really excited to know that you live near to Kanabalu Mountain, and also you're sharing about the tradition there. And thank you very much for your sharing, and also thank you very much for Dr. Hartuti for the response. Um, well, I'm really curious about something because Cynthia already just like sharing about that some of the tradition practices are no longer done as is associated to animism. So as we know that we live in such a multicultural world that we have diverse religions, diverse cultures, and ethnicity and stuff. So I would like to ask question, Dr. Hatute. I'm really curious about this. How to preserve the local wisdom itself or the traditional practices itself in between of the multiculturalism, as we know that, yeah, we for example as Muslim have different perspective with the Christian about just like doing some festive or doing some practices regarding to the nature and stuff. So what do you think about it, Dr. Hatuti?
Yeah. To me myself, sometimes I still join this kind of activities, but in a way that I don't believe that we do it for paying respect to the spirits. Yeah, but it's just for just activities, just traditional activities, just cultural activities, yeah. Because as human being, we have many talents, yeah. In terms of like intelligence, yeah, what we call when we do the test of IQ, the intelligence quotient. But we also have this kind of other talents in ourselves, yeah, related to arts, yeah. And these art or cultural activities, something that is I've mentioned before, is like showing bond, yeah, among members of the community. And as long as we think it as that, in a way that we do activities together with our neighbors and relatives, yeah, because in the Islamic view, also in the Islamic teaching, it is also stated we have to make good relationship with the other people, yeah, our neighbors or our families, yeah. So when we have this kind of activities, just look at that spirit, yeah, yeah, and then do the cultural activities, do the cultural performances as a way of expressing art, just expressing art, yeah, but not as a way of paying respect to the spirits, yeah. Yeah, so like what has been wrote by Laksita Gama, yeah, Laksita Gama, who works in the water resources sector and in several locations in Central and East Java. And every time he had a project there, there is new infrastructure buildings such as reservoir dams on irrigation. There must be celebration by the local people. Yeah, I think it's by the local people, such as feast, yeah, a blessing, etc. And he thinks that she thinks that it's a unique local wisdom. Yeah, yeah. Thank you, Laksita. Yes, I agree with you. Even until now, when there is a new structure, yeah, of building something, sometimes there's still ceremony, yeah, traditional ceremony that they have, like yeah, as Cynthia has mentioned, like some people go to representatives of the local people go to the Kinibalu mountain, bring, what is it, like some cows, I believe, yeah, and they might slaughter the cows in the mountain, yeah, in the mountain area, yeah, and I hope that the spirit is not going to be angry again and showing his angriness with earthquake, yeah, yeah. I think that kind of belief, I'm not going to have that kind of belief, yeah, but I will think that when prior to the construction of reservoirs, dam, irrigation, and everything, it is good if they have a ceremony, traditional ceremony, and they have to slaughter cows or goat or whatever. It's good for the people to eat together, yeah, just like that, yeah, because having as believers, yeah, as the religion believers, we have to preserve or maintain good relationship with God, but also good relationship with the others, yeah, with other human being, and that's part of it, I think, yeah. And local wisdom, if that brings happiness to the people, and then during the events there are like maybe festivals, yeah, or night market or something like that, in which the local people could sell their products and then the visitors could buy their products. That's a good economic activities, yeah. And it's a kind of art that might attract visitors from other area or even from other countries to come, and that will give benefit to the country's tourism policy. And I think it's good, and the spirit is just in that way.
Yeah, okay. So yeah, that I believe that we can still practice the local wisdom in by respecting others, because we live in such
Community.
diversity, yeah, in the community. So we have to be respected with others. As you said before, that we have to respect our elderly as the people that live right now. So the Cynthia give an additional informations that the cows was sacrificed as an offering to the mountain and to ask for forgiveness. It was done by the locals who were still practicing the traditional beliefs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm, mhm.
Okay.
Offering, yeah,
So
offering, yeah, yeah.
yeah, so we still have 5 minutes before break. I think that probably Laksita, would you like to just like share to us about your work, because you're working in the water resources sector. So I think that the other participant would like to hear more about your experiences. Please, Laksita.
Right. Yeah. Thank you, Miss Anjani. Uh, I'm Laksita and I work at the water resource sector. And yeah, uh, in, in several locations in Central Java and East Java, I think the people who need water, yeah. So I think it's many ceremony uh, about the if people have new infrastructure, maybe uh, the people make a ceremony like a kenduri or maybe ngalah berkah or maybe go to at the fire and make a sesajen. I think in Japanese it's
Offering,
sesajen.
yeah, offering.
Yeah, and the people eating together and praying together, and hopefully the people get the water every in this one session maybe, yeah, like that. Yeah, it's enough.
Yeah, thank you very much, Laksita. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, we have that kind of practices. Yeah, still widely practiced in some areas. Yeah, yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah, and when people practicing this local wisdom, it's a kind of uh, fostering, yeah, fostering the togetherness spirit, yeah, among them, and in a way that they believe that they have something which is mutually um, what is it like to be proud of, yeah, among the society, and it's something that must be preserved, and that's the root of that feeling is also good in a way that it can reinforce the attachment of the people to their area and then the attachment to the local people, and that's very good in terms of the spirit of gotong royong, yeah, that we have. Gotong royong spirit is actually a kind of local wisdom. Yeah, because when someone, like for instance, want to build a house, someone like to have festivities, then people just come to help, yeah, without any payment. Yeah, but unfortunately, this gotong royong spirit and some areas have been reduced to be monetized. Yeah, so people would like to come to help, yeah, building his neighbor's house when they got paid. Yeah, when they don't get paid, they wouldn't like to come. Yeah, because oh, I don't want to help because I have my own business to do, and if you want to construct a house, then you can ask people to build it for you. Yeah, you can ask people, the workers, to come to pay it for you. Yeah, things like that. Yeah, and in terms of what we called in the theory of social capital.
Yeah,
Yeah,
social
social
capital.
capital. Yeah, this is not good because gotong royong is such valuable valuable side of the social capital. Yeah. And the social capital is very important because when there is strong social capital among the society, then the government's policies are easier to be implemented. Yeah, for instance, when I have some activities with some communities in terms of waste bank, yeah, bank sampah, yeah, waste bank, yeah. So usually the area which are succeeded in doing this bank sampah activity are usually areas with strong social capital in it, yeah. So the spirit of the local wisdom of social capital of Gotong Royong is still very important, yeah, and it should be keep in mind that we need this kind of local wisdom also, yeah, because this wisdom do not exist in all societies, yeah, yeah, it's fade, yeah, it has been fading among the urban population, but it's still quite strong among the rural communities.
Okay, yeah, I totally agree with the social capital because not only during the daily activities, but also during the disaster, because
Yeah,
during the disaster,
yeah, that's
people just like doing gotong royong, and the social capital mode is really really important. Okay,
yes.
thank you, Kak Laksita. I'm so sorry, Dr. Hartuti, because we will have a break for everyone here who want to just like do pasar pray,
Or
or
or have a sip of water like me.
or taking just like a sip of water, or eating the snacks, and also doing some stretchings. And actually, I'm going to the toilet.
Yeah,
So yeah, so Dr. Hartuti, we will going back at 5 past 5. So we have
5 plus 5. Okay.
yeah, so we have 15 minutes. Please, everyone, don't leave the room because we will continue the discussions at 5 past 5. Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you very much.
Okay, hello everyone. Welcome back again to us in our second session in IRUD Summer Course 2022. And after we have some break, a little break for 15 minutes, let me start again to give another chance to discussion for this Indonesian localism.
Yes, and I think all of our friends and us are ready to have a great discussion with Miss Hartuti now. Before we begin, let me inform you that this Q&A session will be an open forum for everyone who would like to discuss anything regarding to the class topic. For all the students who would like to ask, you may raise your hand and wait until our moderator gives you the chances to speak, and you may deliver your question or opinion. Students are also able to deliver the question through the public chat box in our Zoom meeting. So without further ado, we would like to give our chances for Miss Anjani for bringing the Q&A session. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, MC. So for the participants or everyone here, if you like to asking question, please ask questions, or not only question, we also really happy if you want to just like sharing experiences or doing some discussions. Please put it in column chat, or you could just like raise your hand. If you have just like some experiences, opinion about the topics, please. Okay, is there anyone?
Is there anyone?
So yeah, while waiting for the participants, so probably they still thinking about the questions, Dr. Hartuti. So yeah, probably I will start from me, because actually I kind of had some interesting about the environmental topic, and also that's become my research interest. So yeah, actually, I read one of your research. The title is Local Wisdom in Preserving Source of Water in Purwogondo Village, Boja Kendal. Yeah, and I think that's really interesting topic because you mentioned about Tuk Serco.
Yeah.
And Tuk Serco is one of the local wisdom in that village. And you also talking about the kind of spiritual energy from the water sources. Yeah, and I really curious about the research, and probably the participant here want to hear more about the research. Would you like to share about that research, please, Dr.
Oh,
Hartuti?
yeah. Yeah, okay. Yeah, the people in Purwokondo, they have such kind of local wisdom. Yeah, they look after the Tuk Seto, the spring. Yeah, spring is what's the bahasa Indonesia of it? Uh, mata air. Yeah,
Air.
mata air. Yeah, spring. Yeah, the mata air. Yeah, Tuk Seto. And I did also research in another spring, yeah, location in Kendal also, but in another village, yeah, in 2018, yeah. And then the Tuk Secho spring is tried to be preserved by the local people and by having festivals, yeah, yearly festivals on Tuk Secho, yeah, in which they clean up the area around the spring, and then they even in 2016, yeah, I was actually invited to do the re-greening, yeah, of the area. Yeah, people go there. People went there, even the Boy Scouts, and then people from the NGOs, and then the people in general. They went there, and then they plant trees in a way uh, in the upper side of the Tuk Secho, yeah, of the spring, yeah, in a way that it will. That they hope that it will. They will keep the availability of water, yeah, of the spring, yeah. And our research in Kendal, another area in 2019 is in the Kundang village, yeah, in Kundang village in Limbangan. And then there is also annual festivals, yeah, also to celebrate the availability of water for them. And this spring is actually quite a lot, yeah, where the spring is provides lots of water for the people in the lower area, and even in the Kondang village, the water is such in a great amount, yeah, that people, when they have water tank in their house, they just have this small what is it, like a small plastic for irrigating the water, yeah, into their water tank. And they don't have water tubes, yeah, so the water just flows all the time, just all the time. Yeah, and when I was like, oh, you don't use the water tap. So yeah, they say, oh, we have plenty of water, lots of water. So when our water tank in the bathroom is full already, then it will overflow. That's okay, because then the overflown water is going to be is going to flow into the small river in their area, and then they use the water in the for irrigation purposes, yeah, because that's an agricultural area. And the festivals that they have, this yearly festival, is, yes, they do it as a part of what is it, like saying thank you, yeah, their gratitude, yeah, their gratitude over the availability of water. And yes, half of them still believe that there is a spirit, yeah, which enable them to get this water, yeah. But some do practice this religion these cultural events as only practice the local wisdom for having community activities. Yeah. Yes, and they after they cleaning up the area, then they will eat together. Yeah, and so when they go into the area, when they go into the to, what is the name of the place? I can't really remember. Not to set off, but I can't really remember right now.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
and
okay.
but they have they bring their food. So during the festivities, then they will exchange their food. Yeah, so it's very interesting. Yeah, because every family try to bring something nice. Yeah, for the neighbors to change the food, and they eat it together in the area of this spring. Yeah, so it's nice. It's a kind of very interesting activity that everyone could be together. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, that also shows that the culture, the local culture, is just like showing the importance of the social life. As you said before, that people gathering and doing the festive and just like bringing food from their house to eat it together. I think that's really interesting. And I believe that in Indonesia, not only in Indonesia, but also in another country like Malaysia, for example, probably, or another neighbor country, that probably they will have also same culture to preserve the source of water or the springs. Yeah. I think that's really interesting, and I hope that next time you could do another research in another locations with the same topic, and I will be happy to read all of your research, Dr. Hartuti.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you very much, Jenny. Yeah. It's very,
Okay.
very nice. Yeah. My research are mostly on this environmental thing. Yeah, because yes, my academic profession is in public administration. But since environment connects people from all over academic backgrounds, yeah. So so we could do research together with people from different backgrounds, yeah, of academic backgrounds. Like I did research for 3 years in a row, 5 years actually, yeah. And but in the first 2 years, we did research together with our friends from other departments, yeah, from forestry and marine science, yeah, because many of my research are on coastal areas lately, yeah. So we are with friends from various disciplines, academic disciplines, yeah.
Probably in the future we can just like doing research collaboration.
Oh yeah, that would be good, yeah.
Yeah, I would be happy. Or probably the participant here also have some research interest and really want to just like doing a collaboration with Dr. Hartuti and also with other people in Universitas Diponegoro. Please contact us, and we are really open with it. Okay, is there any questions or respond, or anyone who want to share about their experiences here? The participant?
Yeah, maybe there are other what is it, understanding, other comments or experiences that the audience might experience, and their once may they visit a certain area which with local wisdom. Yeah, as I mentioned before, that I went to Toraja. Yeah, Toraja, and I think that I was so lucky that when we were there, yeah, we were guided by our tour guide to go into ceremony, yeah, which was held for one of the ancestors of this community. Yeah, then that I believe the dead body had been kept for more than 20 years, I think. Yeah, because it's very expensive to do this kind of uh, ceremony, ceremony. for commemorating the ancestors, yeah, to bring the spirit of the ancestors into the right place, yeah, which could mean that they have the burial area and the steep, yeah, the steep hills, yeah. Even the hills sometimes it's like this, yeah, very, yeah, and they put the dead body inside this. They have holes in it. It must be very difficult to make a hole over there.
Yeah.
And then to bring the dead body into these holes, there must be quite a difficult effort. Yeah, but I heard stories that even though it's very difficult for them, if they would like to bring the spirit up into the holes up there, yeah, I believe that in some stories in the past, the dead body are given such a spirit that they he or she could walk by itself into the burial place. Yeah. And so although the place is very difficult to achieve, yeah, very difficult when you want to go there, but they believe that their ancestors could go into these holes by themselves. Yeah. And it is said that that's because the dukun, or the what is it, dukun in English? The
I forget.
yeah, I will get it also. Yeah, like okay, old people. Yeah, yeah, like their dukun will help them to do this a kind of zombie zombie like yeah, because then the dead body could walk by themselves into the cave up there, yeah, in the hills. Yeah, and this is not only the story of the people in South Sulawesi. Yeah, in the eastern part of Indonesia, like in the area of Maluku Islands and then the small islands surrounding, yeah, they have, and especially for people in the eastern part of Indonesia, yeah, they do have a ceremony which they call sasi. Sasi means a period, like they have sasi in such certain period. Say, for instance, like in one area they have sasi for sea cucumber. Yeah, the sea cucumber is a kind of animal that which they can get from the sea. So they would have ceremony, yeah, with dancing and everything, and then the dukun, yeah, will put a banana, no, not banana, coconut leaf, yeah, coconut leaf, yeah, they will put it in an earth like this, and then that's the sign that the sasi begins, yeah, and then they would have agreement that for how long the sasi is going to be held, yeah. So the sasi could be held like 3 months, 4 months, and during that period, all of the fishermen in this area are prohibited for taking sea cucumber. So whenever they could find sea cucumber in their net, yeah, their fishing net, yeah, so they must return this into the sea, yeah, because this is the sasi period, yeah. Or in some places, like when the coconut leaves was put like this, yeah, into the earth, then the people are not allowed to fish. Yeah, the fishermen of this area are not allowed to try to get fish in front of this sasi area. Yeah, say in an area of 4 kilometers long, for instance. Yeah, for 4 months. Yeah, for 3 months, 4 months, yeah, depends on the agreement. And after the sasi will cease, yeah, so the sasi is open and they will have another ceremony to say like, the prohibition period has been taken off, yeah. So people would gather once more. And one of my students who live in those small islands, and he lives in K, yeah, this K besar and K kecil, yeah, island. Yeah, that's the name of the island. She comes from K island, and then she said that, Ibu, whether you believe it or not, yeah, when the sasi is released, yeah, so you could see these creatures are a lot on the sea. Yeah. So when say there's sasi for fish, yeah, so it means that you cannot fish in a certain location, yeah, in the stated location for 3 or 4 months. Then when the sasi was taken off, so you would see, she said that you would see like there are so many fish, yeah, many fish, more than it, and during the uh, outside this sasi period, yeah. So she said that it must be a blessing, yeah, from God. So when we try to keep ourselves of not taking the let's say sea cucumber, yeah, from the sea, then God knows that we really want it. So when the sasi is open, that we will get wealth, yeah, harvesting from the sea, yeah. Yeah, so this is very interesting. Yeah, this is very interesting. They have this kind of sasi practices. Yeah, and sasi is also practices for coconut. Yeah, that student of mine who comes from K Besar Island. Her research topic was on the sasi kelapa. Yeah, so coconut sasi, yeah, among the people of K Island. Yeah, so he said that this practice is very good because in a certain period of time, then Mother Nature will do things by itself without any interference from human being. So the environment can replenish itself, yeah, replenish itself, renew itself, yeah, through um, uh, freeing, yeah, to freeing this area from any catchment, yeah. So this is very good because we cannot, in the practice of fishery, we cannot take the fish just all the time, yeah, from the sea, yeah, without giving the fish the period of having baby, yeah, of pregnancy and then having baby, yeah. So when you give time for these little creatures on the sea, yeah, to like to give a holiday, holiday from catchment.
Take a break.
Yeah, take a break, yeah, take a break from being catch, yeah, for 3 or 4 months. Then in that period, that they will be able to like to have weddings, yeah, and then to get uh, to 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 give birth, yeah, to have to lay eggs, yeah, and then wait until this egg then hatch. So there will be a small fish, yeah, hundreds of small fish, depends on the kinds of the fish. So this small fish, yeah, the ones which have been catch, yeah, after say 3 months, then it would give new resources to the environment. Yeah, so when people just take the fish from the seas, then they must be stopped for quite a while because Mother Nature will not be happy if we exploit it, if we exploited it. Yeah.
Yeah, I totally agree, Dr. Hartuti. Actually, that's a kind of example how we perceive nature in the coastal area, because you're talking about the sasi, about the coconut, and also the creatures. And Dr. Hartuti, I suddenly remember dukun in English is salmon, right?
Oh, salmon, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, salmon. Yeah, and I think it's really important for we as a human, because we consume food and we get food from the nature,
Mhm.
to preserve it, and yeah, like you said before, that we sometimes need to give them a break, because they
Yeah,
need to reproduce, they need to
yeah,
just like
yeah, yeah,
yeah, laying the eggs and stuff. Okay, I think we got questions from in the column chat. Anggita, could you please just like asking directly to Dr. Hartuti?
Okay, Dr. Hartuti, I want to ask about how is Indonesia has so many ethnicity with the Indonesian people, and it could be recognized as Indonesian national asset. And it is Indonesian government so takes action for this to preserve the local wisdom as the ethnicity. How is the Indonesian government role at the reserving its Indonesian local wisdom? Because we know that Indonesia has a lot of local wisdom in every region. It has, I think, more than one in every region has their own ethnicity. And how is the Indonesian government role to reserving its Indonesian local wisdom, and how Indonesian government to take action to take a chance to involve in SDGs movement. Thank you, Dr. Hartuti.
Thank you very much. Yes, I agree with you, Anggita. Thank you very much for your comments, yeah, and question. Yes, I agree with you that the government must preserve this local wisdom. Yes, and they have policies on that. Like uh, in terms of the government level, in the rural level, in the kecamatan level, yeah, district level, they keep this activity. And also when you go to an area, or when you look closely at one area, what is it called, events, something list of events, list of tourism events, yeah, something like calendar of events, yeah, that's the word, yeah. When they have calendar of events, yeah, and this calendar of events is made because the area wants to attract touristic to come. When the tourists come, it means that they will have revenue, yeah, from the coming of these tourists. And the calendar of events, when you see, you can Googling it, you can Google it, like a calendar of events of Semarang city. So there will be list of, I'm not sure about Semarang, sorry. But so it's supposed to be, there is a list of events, and it's calendared, so like for instance, what is the festival? Warak Ngendok, yeah. In Semarang, there's a festival of Warak Ngendok, yeah. So in the calendar of events, it is stated that the Warak Ngendok say is going to be the the ceremony is going to be held like in Saturday, like say for instance April 12th, yeah. And that's like that calendar of events. Sometimes I see it on the street also with a banner like that, yeah, or in the airports, yeah, or in the seaport. And in that way, that it is expected that the tourists would be able to, or people from outside the area, or inside, even inside of the area, wants to come and enjoy to visit the tourism objects, yeah. So just like that, yeah. Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Hartuti. So one of the example is just like the government showing
Oh,
the
yeah,
yeah
to be
no,
involved in the
yeah to be,
SDGs movement, yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Actually, the government of Indonesia has many regulations in terms of public policies, yeah. Law or government letter or the presidential decree, yeah, depends on the level of the stated thing. And there are many policies from the government, yeah, such as by reducing greenhouse emission to by 29% in the year 2030. Yeah, something like that. Yeah, so it is expected that when it's become the goal of the government that everyone is going to take part. Yeah, that's the thing that they want to get. Yeah.
Okay, thank you for the answer. Anggita, do you have another response or is it enough?
It's enough for me. Thank you, Dr. Hartuti, for the answer and also the discussion.
Okay. Okay, is another participants would like to giving questions or giving opinion about the topic? Anyone?
Correct. Yeah.
And I would like to just remind you that please fill out the attendance link that we already shared to the chat room.
Yeah, I'm doing it actually. I just see it.
Okay. Okay. Is there anyone?
Or at gmail.com. Yeah, I have put my I have used the presentation link. Yeah.
Okay.
And my presence in this activity.
Yeah. Thank you, Dr. Hartuti. That actually for the participant, but I really appreciate that you also fill out the presentation link. And yeah, anyone from the participants? Yeah, I would like to inform you that Dr. Hartuti, the participant for this International Relation Department Summer Course Program, we have participant from Indonesia, from Malaysia, Tanzania, Pakistan, and also from Japan. So I think that when we share about Indonesian culture, I think they are really excited to hear about many kind of customs and also the local wisdoms that you already described during the lecture. Okay, anyone? Or I actually have another questions, Dr. Hartuti, if the participants still thinking about the questions. Oh, okay. So one of the committee asked me that she has question, but she don't know how to raise her hand. So, Mbak Dewi, please.
Okay, thank you, Mbak Anjani. I don't know how to raise hand. Sorry. Okay, Dr. Hartuti, thank you so much for your presentations. It's such an insightful presentation. Well, I'd like to share my experience when visiting Kasepuhan Ciptagelar. So it's kind of traditional tribes. They claim that their ancestor was part of Majapahit Kingdom, Doctor. So, oh yeah, their locations is in Mount Halimun, Salak National Park. And what amazing from them is they have such a wonderful sustainable lifestyle, such as making their infrastructure alone in eco-friendly system. Also, they don't build their house with brick material, but it made by bamboo material. So they designed their electricity alone, and so with the water sanitations. I think it's an interesting case, Doctor. So it shows that to live in a sustainable way, actually we don't need an advanced technology. These tribal communities show us that they can implement the sustainable living, even they don't understand about the technology, they don't understand about the advanced technology. So when our government give the discourse about electricity car or maybe other discourse about how to live in eco-friendly way, I think it can be started by small things in our daily life. And this tribal community shows it, that they don't know the advanced technology, but they implement their way of life in very sustainable. So Kasepuhan Cipta Gelar, one of the tribal group or traditional community in Indonesia, and I think there are many tribal groups in Indonesia, like such as in Halmahera, and then in Lombok maybe, where the Mbak Anjani comes from, yeah, and then in Ambon maybe. There are many tribal groups that they actually have a very wonderful way of life. They implement the sustainable living. So if Dr. Hartuti wonders about this community, maybe we can conduct research together. And yeah, we can conduct research together to analyze how their way of living, and then their challenge, because I know that Kasepuhan Cipta Gelar actually have a problem with government administrations because they don't have identity card, for example. And then the locations that they built their house, because they are nomaden and their location is part of government area, national park. So yeah, they have this administration challenge. Okay, maybe that's what I can share to all of you, and I really enthusiastic for this topic actually. Thank you so much for Dr. Hartuti for your presentations. It's really insightful material.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you, Mbak Anjani. Back to you.
Okay, thank you, Mbak Dewi, for the questions. Probably Dr. Hartuti would like to give some response for the sharing from Mbak Dewi.
Yeah, actually, when you open my Google Scholar, yeah, you would see that we have done many research, related to when we talk about local indigenous people, we did research to the Setulur Sikap, local indigenous people in Pati, in Pati, because this community lives in the karst area, and karst area is considered to be a vulnerable area, so it must be protected. But since the material, one of the source of material for cement is this karst, so many cement factories are also interested in the building cement factories in this area. So there is quite like a conflict, between the local people in one side, and then the businessmen and the local government in the other side. And these people, I really admired. I really admired their strength and persistence in trying to preserve the areas in which they called it like Ibu Bumi. They call it Ibu Bumi. So Ibu means mother. So the earth, mother of earth. Mother of earth. They really respect the mother of earth, because they're really very they are very afraid that if the karst is mined, and then taken as the material of the cement, then it will disturb the water, the water channel of this area, because the karst area, the karst, the material of the karst, it's like a porous. Porous means have holes, small holes, so it can resist the water. So whenever there is rain, so the rain will come into the porous karst, and then it will unite under there, and then they will have river, river, but it's not in the surface, but it's in deep in the karst area, and then it will comes out as like small river, yeah, which comes out from the cars, yeah. When you go to visit Pati, there's a name of some caves, yeah. I don't really remember the names of the caves, yeah. But in that caves there are water, yeah. So they have like ponds, yeah, inside the caves, yeah. And the water is quite a lot, yeah. And then the local people could use it to irrigate their paddy field, yeah, the rice field, yeah. Yeah, and that's why they have certain customs, yeah, as you mentioned before, that they have their own traditions. So among the small number of them, if they get married, they just they don't have any like marriage certificate here. So because their priest is among themselves, yeah. So they don't have marriage certificate, and so the kids do not have birth certificate also. Yeah, but when they go to school, yeah, elementary school in Pati, some schools have been aware of the situations. So for children who comes from this community, they are not obliged to show the birth certificate. Yeah, the school will know that yes, they're not going to have this birth certificate because their parents do not have any marriage certificate. Yeah, because that's the thing that they don't need that. Yeah, they don't need that. They could live. Their life depends on the mother nature. Yeah, which who give them food and everything. So they must respect the mother of earth, but because according to history, there were people from Majapahit, actually from Majapahit area, and when the Dutch came, their ancestors didn't want to pay for the tax to the Dutch government, so they ran away, and then they went into this Kendeng area and stay there since then. Yeah, so it's very interesting, very interesting. These people are very interesting. Yeah, I myself several times visited the area, and then had quite a good relationship with the head of the local people, local indigenous people, and he is Mas Kundratno. And Kundratno has been interviewed by Kompas, yeah, Kompas newspaper, and in 2018, yeah, he was in Kompas Minggu, and his characteristics and his missions and everything was right down in like half of the paper page, yeah. Story about him, and that's not the first actually. Mas Kundratno said that that's like the third or the fourth that Kompas met him as like report prominent figure, yeah, to be reported, yeah, because he leads his people. He is leading, yeah, he is leading, and he continues to lead his people to have peace, yeah, peace demonstrations, yeah, to the government, showing their so that they don't like this planning, yeah, of the cement factory to be constructed in Pati. So they succeed in a way that then the factory, the cement factory, was moved to Rembang, and it's operational right now because the people of Rembang do not oppose the construction of this cement factory. Yeah, not the majority of the people. Yes, there are some people like Mas and Ba that I know that, and they were helped by Mas Kundratno and his group, yeah, to oppose against the operation of this factory. Yeah, they're still they used to make rallies. Yeah, even once they walk to the governor's office in Semarang, and they said that it took like 3 nights and 4 days for them to walk. Yeah, and it's not a fast walk, but it's just they just use the normal pace, because along with them were also their children. Yeah, yeah. So when I asked them, well, it must be very hard for the children to follow the rally, yeah, from Pati to Semarang. And it took several days for them. But they said that, yeah, it's okay, because we have to pass the spirit of protecting our environment to our young generations. Yeah. So the spirit of keeping our area intact as a karst area like this probably is not enough done by our generations. So that's why we pass the spirit of this good or positive protection over the environment to the next generation. Yeah. So this local wisdom of their belief on Mother Nature is passed from one generation to another.
Okay.
So, that's very good. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you, Dr. Hartuti. So thank you, Mbak Dewi, for sharing the 5 years ago experiences to visit Cipta Gelar community. And Kak Fani here also said that Cipta Gelar community actually understand the sophisticated tech, because recently they utilize solar panel already, and I did research there too. Actually,
where is it, Anjani? Anjani?
In Cipta Gelar, in the chat room, Kak Fani, would you like to share, Kak Fani? Well, we still have just like 1 till 2 minutes if you want to share.
Yeah, am I audible?
Okay, yes, you're audible.
Yeah, actually, I had a research there several months ago when still in a pandemic, and I learned about their lives, the community of Cipta Gelar, and actually it's divided into several areas, which there are the traditional and the kind of more aware about the technology one, and the traditional one, as mentioned by Miss Dewi, if I'm not mistaken before. Yeah, it's they don't really aware about the advance or the technology, but for those who already aware about the technology, they utilize them too. And the in Cipta Gelar community also, as Dr. Hartuti said, similarly, that they have philosophical about the mother of earth, and how they values the paddy, and Cipta Gelar community become one of the most productive in producing rice in their community. Thank you.
I wonder about the name. Yeah, the name is Cipta Gelar means sounds. It sounds like it's a modern name. Yeah.
Yeah. Ada banyak nama. There are a lot of name of them actually, and also it's not only in one area. I did my research in Sukabumi, and probably there are also other Cipta Gelar community in other area, and I'm not sure. I forgot the other name of the Cipta Gelar community that I have heard from my friends that conduct the research there too. I forgot the name.
Oh, Cipta Gelar, maybe it's a kind of festivals that they present, yeah, because Gelar means present, yeah, or presentation. Is it?
No, it's the name of their community.
Oh.
I'm gonna look up the other name of them.
Okay. Okay, thank you, Fanny, for sharing your experiences. And probably after this, we can just like having more discussion if you want to Dr. Hartuti directly because our time is up. Let me give a conclusion for today's sessions. That local wisdom is pioneered by our ancestor about knowledge and values of life and past of our generation. Many custom and tradition in Indonesia is related to the action to protect the environment, but many local wisdom are fading and we have to preserve it. The benefit must not only focus on the economic but also social and environment because protecting environment is prominent and we have to be in line with SDGs because many of the goals are related to environmental aspect. So thank you so much, Dr. Hartuti, for sharing an interesting topic and please stay healthy. Yeah, and allow me to end the session by quote one sentence that if you want to be a good people, please be respected to your nature. Thank you. I'm giving back time and screen to the MC.
Okay, thank you so much for Dr. Hartuti and also Miss Anjani for conducting this second session in day one at IRUD Summer Course 2022. And we gotta like reach out the last agenda for today, which means is closing, but I get a lot of things within an Indonesian local wisdom that local wisdom is knowledge that value life by group and people in Indonesia called tribes, and that has been based on the generation. It become more tradition, and in way the specific of location, we can more extremely to learn about this and to love about our mother of nature.
Okay, and in my opinion, that it's become local wisdom is become the first school of human being because it's passed in families. Indonesia has so many ethnics, and it has their own local wisdom. Local wisdom can be benefits to the nature because this local wisdom have succeeded preventing the destructions of environmental functions. Okay, we have almost finally reached at the end of our event. And to capture this moment, it's better if we do a documentation session with our honorable speakers and dear participants. We invite all participants in this session to turn on their camera. And we invite our operator to capture the slides of our participants.
We encourage all of the students to turn on your camera, and maybe we can start in 70 plus 56 in Indonesia, maybe 1 minute to go. But I see a lot of participants, a lot of students already opened their camera. And we have, if you want to take some documentation and want to prepare, just take your time.
Okay, we will start the countdown for the documentation. Okay, take a pause for 3, 2, 1. For the slide 2, take a pause for 3, 2, 1. For the slide 3, take a pause for 3, 2, 1. For the slide 4, take a pause for 3, 2, 1. Okay, thank you so much for our operator. Thus, ladies and gentlemen, we have finally reached the end of our event. Thank you so much for Miss Dr. Hartuti Purnaweni, MPA, for the insightful presentation. And thank you, Miss Anjani Trivatarini, SEPMA, for leading the discussion session. I hope this session will be beneficial for all the guests. And on behalf of the organizing committees, I would like to apologize if we have done any mistakes throughout the event. Once again, thank you everyone for gracing our ceremony with your presence, and we truly appreciate it. I wish you a nice day and see you tomorrow in the next sessions. Good day, everyone.
Bye-bye.
I want to inform once again, we have next session. We have two sessions tomorrow, and don't forget to join our next session in day 2 of IRUD Summer Course 2022. We have a lot of material to you, a lot of subjects to learn together with precious speakers. So don't forget to join the first session in 10 p.m. at 10 a.m. and the second session is 3 p.m. So don't forget to join us. And thank you so much for Dr. Hartuti and also Miss Anjani for today. And see you guys, we can end our second session today. See ya.
See ya. Thank you very much.
Thank
Have
you
a
very
nice
much,
day.
Dr. Hartuti.
Ya, sama-sama Mbak Anjani. Terima kasih banyak.
17:59. Aduh, gimana ini?